Hey guys, it's Jim in the V-strom garage here. Today we're going to be talking about foot pegs. We got some factory Suzuki Wide Footpegs here. I know a lot of you haven't seen these before, but yeah, we're going to put these on the bike and we're going to talk about them a little bit. I'll give you some close-ups of them and yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so here's our stock foot pegs. So we're going to take notice of our spring in here. So we're going to make sure we get that put back on the same way. Then we got to take off this little E-clip. It's on here. All you really need to do is take a little flat blade screwdriver, get it in there, a little pick or something, and you can pop that sucker out of there. Then we'll push that pin out and it'll come off. It's super simple to do. So let's go ahead and get this going. It's a little E-clip. There goes the little E-clip. Alright, E-clip's off. What I do now is pull this pin out, hold on to that spring. That's it. So that little spring sits like that. And that little groove, if you can see it. Then there's a little indentation in there. There's some little holes on the new footpegs that it'll go into. Alright, so the new footpegs. So these are going to stick out a little bit wider than the stock ones. The foot pad itself is actually a little bit smaller, but it's quite a bit wider. So it should be a lot more comfortable. So we're going to put this in on the stock position. Hopefully this is focused, but on these pegs you can lower them up to 20 millimeters or you can actually slide these back another 10 millimeters back. So there's three positions. You got 0, which is the stock height, minus 10 millimeters and minus 20 to drop it. There's no in between, it's either or on those. And then minus 10 millimeters back, I think it's either or. I'm not sure if this slides yet or not. I haven't really taken it apart to look at it, but I'm going to try it in the stock position. And if I don't like it, then I'll go ahead and drop them down 10 millimeters, check it out, and maybe slide them back just a little bit. We'll see how that works. And by looking at it, I'm going to say I'm going to go down 10 millimeters just by looking at it. I did some measurements before I took the stock one off, so we'll go ahead and put this on and check it out. I'm not even going to put the spring in there right now. So the bike's on my rear stand right now, so I measured the top of the stock one. It was like 14.5 inches. The stock position on these, the way they come, it is sitting at About 14 and 11/16. I know everybody else in the world doesn't use that, and I'm not sure what the measurement in millimeters or centimeters is, but you can look that up. So these are quite a bit higher in the stock position than the regular factory pegs, so we'll take these apart and drop them down. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this apart. To take this apart, you got two 5mm Allens right here. So we'll take those off first, and then inside of there is a T45 Torx bolt, and that'll loosen up the to lower those down. So let's go ahead and take these off. This the inside of that. So now we got the T45 Torx right there. Maybe grab a ratchet for that. Alright, so it's a T40 Torx on here, not a 45. This is I think the torque spec on this, I believe this is 30 Newton meters. I'll have to look on the torque wrench to see what it is in foot-pounds, but yeah, so that's 30 Newton meters, and the small Allen bolts are, I believe, I think they're 10 Newton meters. So let's see if I can hold this and get it off. No, that ain't gonna happen. That's pretty tight. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that thing in a vise and break that loose. Alright, so I actually dropped these down to 20mm just to measure. I got everything just loosely tightened down on them. Just curious as to how much lower than stock it is. So at 20 mils down on this, we're right at about on this side, or like a 1/16 under, so we're about 13 and 15/16, almost 14 inches. So we're down about a ½ inch from the stock position at 20 mils down. Let's see what the distance is from here to here. I measured the other one. This is like about 4 3/16, and I had 4.5 on the stock one, so I'm going to move these back the 10mm back. Alright, so after looking at the instructions and trying to interpret these, to move these back the 10mm, you got to switch from the left peg to the right peg. You use this block here. You take it off from the right side one and use it on the left, and that'll move it back with 10mm. Okay, so I got both of them apart. So basically, to move them back the 10mm, you just switch these pieces out. So this is the one we're going to be putting in. The recess part where the Allen bolts go will be on the bottom part. So if you look at these two, you can see the different offset. This notch is over here, this one's over here. So this was the side for the left one at the stock position, and this one will be the 10 millimeters back. So, all right, so now we got the peg dropped down the 20 millimeters, and we got it backwards about 10 millimeters. So let's go ahead and stick this sucker back on. So we got, I don't think you're going to see it, but there's 3 holes right here. Those are different positions for the pin of the spring to go into. So we'll figure out which one that is. Can't really tell what hole it is. It's the one that fits. That's which one it is. Alright, we'll go ahead and stick our E-clip back on. That's it. So both foot pegs are on now. So we dropped them down to 20 millimeters and we went back to 10 millimeters. So from the stock position, we went from about 14 and a half down to roughly to the top of the rubbers, right at 14. Right about 14 inches, and that's to the top of the rubber. But on these pegs here, I mean, it seems like they'd be slick or not, but when you stand up on these things, the rubber goes down and these 2 little spikes come out to hold your foot on there. So this is spring loaded. So then when you stand on it, you got all these little grooves that'll grip your boot, keep you from falling off. But, anyways, and the 10 millimeters back, actually from the, let me put this in. I mean, this is where I measured it from the other one. We really only gained like maybe a 1/16 of an inch from, here to there. So it was like 4.5. With the stock peg, we're like 4 9/16. But every little bit helps. Now we just got to see how the offset of this is with a shifter as far as getting your foot up in there. Looks like you're going to have to kind of turn it sideways a little bit, but yeah, we'll figure that out. Not sure if this is in focus or not, but these are the directions on. You're supposed to know that the left and right switch. There's like an arrow going this way and that way, so you got to teach them how to use their words and just say flip the left one to the right side, or yeah, it'd be a lot easier trying to decipher that. So that's our Suzuki part number. Alright, so let's sit on this thing, we'll see what our first impressions are. Definitely feel better than the stock one standing up. Wish they were about another 1/4 inch wider, but it's definitely better. Shifter doesn't feel too bad. Definitely over a little bit, but it's not bad. Now with the pegs dropped to 20 millimeters, or it's about a 1/2 inch from stock lower, I may have to lower the rear brake pedal down just a little bit. Feels a little high, so I can adjust that. But overall, they definitely feel really nice. That little 1/2 inch lower is kind of nice too. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.